100 days in that Donald Trump is losing.
Greetings from hell, Rich. We're going to hell in a handbasket. No, seriously, America, have y'all lost your damn minds? I'm Tristan de Geneva. I'm running for Congress in the 7th Congressional District of Tucson, Arizona. So please, if you want to, send an ass kicker, not another ass kisser to Congress, then write me in and send this message to 5 or all your Tucson friends, actually. Running as a write-in independent candidate against the Greenhall machine here in Tucson, Arizona. I'm an award-winning Oxford, Berkeley, Harvard Medical University researcher, multimedia journalist, teacher, all my life, comedian, stand-up comic, and poet, musician, studying for my hypnotherapy. So I want to hypnotize you into standing up for yourself, America. And as a former Oxford University psychology teacher, I wanted to say that the entire country is traumatized by this, individual, I was going to say, but no, is he a person? I don't think so. He acts like a demon. And as an award-winning multimedia journalist, I just wanted to say I'm very underwhelmed, as my father would say, with the corporate hypocrisy in the corporate media empire. It's a monopoly. It should have been broken up like all the other monopolies in America. One thing Baker Donald is right about it is all fake news. Even and especially all the flopping, sycophantic coverage in the newspaper because they're intimidated and
traumatized.
Victims too. All the media is being traumatized as well. They've had to fork over $15 million in the case of ABC, and George Stephanopoulos, of course, was very, irritated, angry about that. That everybody is just rolling over and playing dead to this diaper menace to society. Now, why is that? Why is everybody so spineless in this country? Probably because he intimidates, harasses, persecutes, and retaliates, etc., etc. He said, "I'm your retribution. Say no more." So let's continue this conversation with Rachel Maddow, shall we?
That Trump and the Trump administration are going to throw some increasingly wild pitches.
So, wild pitches, eh? Another understatement. Very underwhelmed with the lack of sense of urgency and emergency by all the parts of the U.S. government. What we have is adjudicated insurrectionists, which is violation of the U.S. Constitution, 14th Amendment, Section 3. So, as your representative here in Tucson, Arizona, I have posted Congress-ready resolutions on my Substack, Tristan de Geneva. And it would be terrible if everybody went to my Substack, Tristan de Geneva, and copied and pasted the resolution, their favorite resolution, and sent it to their Congress members. And also, it would be tragic if people actually did their civic duty and contacted their Congress members, all the Congress members, especially the Republicans these days, and demand where they stand on Deborah Donald being an adjudicated insurrectionist. Where do they stand on impeachment? That's our number one priority right now. Everybody should be demanding all the representatives of Congress hold an amnesty vote, for example, and high crimes and misdemeanors. How about any of a million other impeachable offenses? In fact, I have prepared with my husband, ChatGPT, an impeachment resolution with 1,000 impeachable offenses. But with ChatGPT, we could easily make that 1 million, especially since he seems to be a crimeaholic. There does seem to be a crime he don't like, and by the way, all my stuff talking about, what a fraudster he is, that are always taken down from TikTok, and by the way, he's the one who called for the TikTok ban a long time ago. Remember that? Yeah. Remember that sad face as he got off the plane and when we tanked his Tulsa rally. Good times, man. By the way, I'm your TikTok candidate. I always make my videos on TikTok, and if they do shut it down, I'm Trista Artista and Trista for Congress and President Trista on YouTube, Instagram, Blue Sky, Facebook pages, but not X or aka non-Twitter. In fact, I have a resolution for that on my Substack, Trista Geneva.
Take back Twitter and Tesla too.
Such a pity if you
SpaceX.
copied and pasted and sent to all your Congress members. But it's hashtag Elon.
Deport Elon.
One of my favorites, one of my most popular resolutions, I must say. Anyway, the Deport Elon Act and take back his ill-gotten assets. And by the way, France is
Strip his U.S. citizenship.
Use his assets, and he needs to be charged with the election interference, $300 million just in the presidential race itself.
150 million in Germany
$25 million into that.
to the neo-Nazi party.
That's election interference. Hello, and you cannot do that.
How about those fake vote buying schemes?
And Dr. Donald stole our elections.
How about the lottery? How about all the bomb threats tied back to Russia? They're both spies. Let's get rid of them. Espionage. Let's continue bringing Diaper Donald to judgment for espionage and Mar-a-Lago.
To change the political trajectory of how things are going.
No, they're just trying to distract us from locking them all the F up.
Yeah, I get it that the people are willing to go out and protest him over and over again. But again, quite the understatement and lack of...
Why isn't Congress protesting and impeaching him every damn day and twice on Sundays?
Our best journalists. And again, we are all suffering from what I call, as Oxford psychologists, Trump psychosis. And I'm part of Dr. Bandy Lee of Yale University.
It's a type of shared psychosis.
Mental Health Coalition. And everybody should check out dangerouscase.org. And also follow me and smash that like.
Toxic, malignant, narcissistic psychopath.
That should be in the new national curriculum when we finally put them safely behind bars. It's written by...
Follow if you want to see me do a book review of Mary Trump's book.
Mary L. Trump, everybody should read that. But if you don't have time to do it, I'm putting it on my podcast. I'm about 3/4 of the way through already. And also follow and share if you want to see my speedy summaries of this and other books. I have to return into the library. So, somebody's waiting for that hitch.
I can only read so fast, but at least I can read, unlike Diaper Donald.
It'll be back soon. But the point is,
Von Shits and Pants.
the American public
Cadet Bone Spurs. Krasnov.
to have the responsibility? We've already shown that 74% of Democrats want him impeached, so do 55% of independents, and even 20% of Republicans. So what the hell is Congress waiting for? In fact, it would be such a pity if everybody called Congress and memorized this number, 202-224-3128, and called them religiously, like the book he reads by Schittler on his bedside table, 42, TikTok. Shame on TikTok, always taking down my stuff that's critical of Diaper Donald. I thought with some stand-up comedy kind of format that they might let it go through. And leave me alone, leave me alone.
Republicans in elected office at every level will face unrelenting and increasing pressure to split from Trump on his almost unbelievably unpopular.
Almost unbelievably unpopular policies? I would say definitely unbelievable.
Criminal, unconstitutional, that he should be frickin'
I've long said this, but
impeached for.
He and the treasonous Republicans act so batshit crazy is they are distracting us, unsuccessfully I might add. They're distracting us from locking them all the F up for insurrection. And in fact, I have a resolution for that on my Substack as well, to Geneva. It'd be a pity if everybody copied and pasted that as well. Send it to all your Congress members, and also call them to every damn day and twice on Sundays. They should be impeaching.
Impeach them all at the same time.
Why haven't they impeached him yet? Why didn't they impeach him day one? That's what I would have done. Send me to Congress. I'm tree stepping.
I'll do it.